Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have some warmer weather here. So I thought what we would do today, we're gonna run back out to the log we were working on the other night. Try to get the rest of that off the ground before the rain sets in. We're supposed to have some rain. Oh wow, there's a lot of gravel there. Just work on the gravel track. Anyway, we're supposed to have some rain coming. With these warmer temps, it's just going to turn into mud. So, figure we go out there and split up the rest of that wood. I got the trusty Fiskars with me. Just going lightweight today. And, yeah. First, I'm going to take care of these. I don't want to pull up in the mud there. First, I'm going to take care of these goats. I'm going to let them out the pasture. I've had them locked up in the barn for a while now, so let's check in on them. You doing, Turkey? Leave the camera alone, silly. Brush in here. Prickers and briars. Let's set these up out there. It's gonna be better. Alright, dug all these out of that hole. It's gonna be easier to split. Alright guys, I figured we'd do a quick Q&A at the end of this video here and address a few of the questions that come up, questions or comments that come up often. So first one is why do I cut my wood so short? Well, I cut it at 16 inches, which is, I thought was standard, like a standard firewood size. 16 inches will fit in most wood stoves, most fireplaces, including mine. I could put longer logs in my wood boiler, but it would be difficult to manage that. So I cut them at 16. I can use it in my fireplace in the house, which is a insert, or my wood boiler outside. They work in both. They work perfectly. I can stack that wood boiler completely full and get nice long burn times out of it. There's a couple owls going off. Also, if I had to sell the wood, it's already cut to 16 inches. So that's why I cut it to 16 inches. Maybe it looks shorter in the videos, I don't know, but it's 16 inches. I try really hard to keep it even. Next question I get quite often is why do I split my wood? Because you could throw whole logs in a wood boiler. I don't split everything. There is a lot that I don't split, and I just toss right into the wood boiler. But it gets to the point where it's too hard to manage if it's too big around, and it's just easier for me to split it and throw larger chunks in than it is to try and wrestle a big round, you know, if it'll fit through the door, it'll go in type of thing. It's just easier for me. Plus, again, if I ever had to sell some firewood, it's already split. So that's why I split my firewood. Like I said, I don't split it all. It's probably a good mix. Probably 75% of it's split, I would say. So, plus, I wouldn't get to play with my axes if I didn't split it. So, another comment I get, or question I get, is why don't I use a chopping block? And it's fair. That's a fair comment or question. I get what people would think that you would need a chopping block. So there's several reasons why I don't use a chopping block. For one, it's just not necessary. What are we using a chopping block for? Well, mostly to preserve the edge on our axe or maul or whatever we're using to split the wood with, right? Well, what are we preserving it from? Dirt? Because dirt's softer than wood. Oh, it's rocks. Well, I don't have rocks in my soil. It's crazy. There are no rocks in the soil. There's no rocks. It's just not that kind of soil. I'm very fortunate, I guess. Maybe, but the soil holds water like crazy, so maybe I'm not. But I don't have a high risk of hitting a rock anywhere on my property. To me, a chopping block is too high. I want to split it right on the ground, right where it lays. I think there's a lot of wasted energy picking up a log and setting it on another log to split it, and then all the pieces that fell off, you pick those back up and set them back up on the log, and that takes me to the log splitter situation. So we'll get to that in a minute. But there's a lot of wasted energy. If you just buck the wood up on the ground and then just go at it with an axe or a maul or whatever it is you're splitting with, you don't need to pick it up. You just stand it up with the axe and split it in place, you know. It's just quicker, it's more efficient, and like I said, I don't really have to worry about preserving the edge of my axe. If the dirt makes it dull, I'll just sharpen it again. I don't run a super sharp axe in wood anyway. Now if it was a special axe, maybe some different considerations would be taken, but generally when I go to split, I'm using some sort of axe or maul designed to split wood, not chop trees down. That's a whole different ball game. So the last thing I get is, why don't I have a log splitter? Well, it's pretty simple. Log splitters are expensive. The good ones are really expensive. It comes down to time, energy, and patience. So the log splitter that I could afford are super slow. Like, I don't have the patience to stand there and wait for that cycle time. It'll drive me nuts. You know, in a log splitter that has quick cycle times, they're $10,000 or more. So I just can't afford a log splitter that could keep up with me. And I'm not saying I'm faster than a log splitter, but in some cases, I would venture to say what I did today could have been done faster by hand than if you had a Home Depot log splitter. By the time you drag that thing out here and gas it up and pick up each log and set it on a deck and wait for the cycle time and pick up the pieces that fell and recycle all that. I mean, it's that's a lot of work. I mean, you could just split it on the ground like I just did and load up your side-by-side and out the woods we go. No noise, no extra gas. I got a good workout. I'm not in pain. You know, it's just not, it's not something that I'm highly motivated to purchase. Now, at some point I will get to wood that's going to be a little bit difficult to split with axes or mauls, so you know, I might have to start thinking about a log splitter then. But for now, I don't need it. I don't need a log splitter. If somebody were to give me one, I'd surely use it. But for me to spend the money on it, there's a lot of other things. In this plane, could you find some other airspace? I mean, goodness. You've been flying around here for 20 minutes. There's nothing to see. The nerve. Anyways, I don't know what I was saying. Log splitter's just not for me. Maybe someday in the future. I'm not saying never, but for now, the way I do it works pretty good. I don't mind doing what I'm doing. I like the workout. So that's that. I'm gonna go load this or unload this wood into an IBC tote, and then I think we'll wrap this video up for today. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. I'm just gonna drive away. I'll see you guys later.